Awade bomba. Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another video. Big up your damn selves in the building. Make sure you smash up the likes every single damn time and subscribe if you are new. Breaking news, not broken news. This is actual breaking news, important breaking news, exclusive breaking news. Chelsea have made an offer for Leicester City's Dewsbury-Hall after a deal with Brighton and Leicester collapsed, and it was on medical. In medical moments, it collapsed because Dewsbury-Hall is favouring a move to Chelsea, and he would like, of course, Chelsea and Leicester to get a deal done. And if it doesn't get done, then he stays at Leicester. So he's put his Brighton move in jeopardy. He's allowed it to collapse in the hope of joining Chelsea. If a deal is struck, a long-term contract expected to be agreed with Dewsbury-Hall's representatives. He's the 25-year-old midfielder who got 12 goals and 14 assists in 44 games last season. Left-footed midfielder, can play in the double pivot as the more advanced midfielder in the double pivot, or he can play in the 10 or in a midfield 3, of course, in the box-to-box role. He is an attack-minded midfielder for me. When you bring 12 goals and 14 assists to me, I say you are an attack-minded midfielder. So he's going to turn 26 in September, so he is treading water. He better hurry up and get this deal done very soon before they find out what age he is. But this is a very interesting situation because, first of all, according to Ornstein, Fabrizio, Chelsea would like to involve players in the deal. Casadei's name's been mentioned. Datra Fofana's name has been mentioned. I would like to maybe throw in Santos or Chukwuemeka as well, just in case those two can't be done. Just in terms of young players that are on the peripherals of the squad, that need minutes, that are talented, that could do with the game time, these are the names I'm throwing up. And also players that are impacted outside of Fofana, other midfielders that are impacted by a signing of Dewsbury-Hall. Because when you sign a Dewsbury-Hall at 25 years of age for whatever amount of money it will be, maybe 30, 35 million, that has repercussions on the players that are already existing. Now, from a profile-wise, as much as I like Dewsbury-Hall, right, I've seen good things from him. He looks like a very talented player that would do very well in the Premier League. Last time he was in the Premier League, obviously with Leicester, not the most incredible season. I think it was 2 goals and 2 assists in 31. However, coming off the back of that championship season, looks to be in full flow, full momentum, and like I said, the talent is there. And of course, we know the Championship is a fantastic league to bring talent from. We've done it before. We've had our young players previously go out on loan to Championship teams. You know, it's a league that throws up so much variety in terms of tactics, in terms of physicality, in terms of just everything that you need to welcome you to the Premier League, you can get in the Championship. Fantastic league. So not even turning my nose up at that point of view, at that part of the deal. But I don't get it from a profile standpoint. And I'm going to explain why. Because when you take a look at the attack-minded midfielders, right, that we have in the team, or the attacking midfielders, we've got, if anything, this is the most stacked position in the squad. This is the most exciting, encouraging position we have on the pitch. There's other areas when we go into this window at the beginning and say, we need a left back. We need a goalkeeper for this manager. We need a striker. Maybe a winger because of Sterling and Mudryk. But we don't say we need an attacking midfielder. No. I'm just trying to be consistent with what I wanted at the start of the window and what I want now and what I want at the end. The spine to be aligned. The team to be balanced, right? In terms of quality, experience to help the young players. Now, Dewsbury-Hall, good player. Clearly, you don't put up those stats in the Championship if you're not a good player, right? But with Cole Palmer, with Nkuku, with Carney Chukwuemeka, with Enzo, who's an 8, and has shown even, you know, in glimpses that Pochettino wanted him to get a little bit forward and maybe contribute with a goal. Definitely needs to bring assists because his passing range is too good to not bring that. You know, you've got Caicedo's and Lavia's operating in that double pivot as well. Andre Santos, I think, is an incredibly talented player that I think we should be trying to use in Conference League games and Cup games. I think he's very, very talented. It doesn't feel like an area of the pitch we need to do anything with, improve on. And if you are improving on this part of the pitch, the only profile that probably lacks is a true physical destroyer, maybe, you know, a Paulinho, someone like that. That's when you can say, right, we've clearly found a profile that we do not already obtain. So Dewsbury-Hall is a player that never really feels like we need to bring in, but we're bringing him in anyway. Why? PSR, right? PSR. Chelsea are looking to send a player to Leicester, and there will be 2 separate transactions, and it will be one for Dewsbury-Hall and one from Cassidy or whoever it will be, right? For Fana, like we've said already, Santos, Chukwuemeka, they will do a separate transfer. So it's PSR heavy, which means if it's PSR heavy, is it really Maresca heavy? Because a lot of people are saying, right, Maresca, you know, we're bringing in a player for him. No, hold on. We said Maresca's the head coach. We said Maresca has no control over transfers. We said we just want someone who can teach football and stays away from the transfers and lets other people get to that. So let's not try to pin this transfer on Maresca now to put more pressure on him. It's your transfer. It's your transfer. This is your scouting. Or is it PSR? Whatever it is, it's on you. So, because he's a head coach, leave him out of this. He's not the type of profile that is unique, like a Jorginho and a Sarri. When we brought in Jorginho for Sarri, that was a unique profile we never had in the squad, right? It was a regista. It was a conductor. It was a deep-lying, you know, playmaker potentially. But it was a player that was to help the build-up, to play those short passes, to attract the opposition's press, to play out, and to release a Kante, release a Loftus-Cheek into the space. This is not, Dewsbury-Hall is not a unique profile. It's not something we've never seen before. It's not something unique that we don't have. We have Dewsbury-Halls. We have better than Dewsbury-Hall. Cole Palmer, better than Dewsbury-Hall. Christopher Nkunku, if you're talking about a 10 we see Nkunku drop into the midfield all the time to receive the ball. He can play as a makeshift 8 to 10, you know, carry the ball past a player or two, go between the midfield and the attack, link it. Same shit. We've got better in him. Chukwuemeka. Are we giving up on him already? I personally don't think we should. I think Chukwuemeka is extremely talented. I think we need to trust our scouting, right? We've done our scouting. It's very good. Trust it. It's one of those moves that Kendry Pires, another one. Trust 2025, 8-10, right side, left-footed. Is he not staying with us? He is, right? So how many players in this area of the pitch do you think you can have at once? It's just simply overload. It's overkill. So it's not my issue is with Dewsbury-Hall, the player. It's my issue with Chelsea is what are you trying to do from a squad planning standpoint and a squad building standpoint? Because there are areas of the team that are clearly weak, but we're not looking to address those with any real quality or any experience. We're looking to address areas that are already addressed. It doesn't feel like we're building a balanced team. It feels like we're building the books. We're building the books. Make sure the books are good. Don't worry about that. Chelsea have sold and made more money this window than they have bought in. Free transfer from Tosin. You know, very, very low fee for Gulu. You know, big sales for Matson. Big sale for Lewis Hall. Financially, it's not even a thing right now. Clearly, they are balancing for PSR reasons, for profit and sustainability. But in terms of balancing out the squad with profiles that make sense, I can't really make sense of it. I can't. I'm not going to pretend to. I'm not going to try to. Because I've read out the names that we have in these attacking midfield areas. I like all of them. So therefore, I'd like to see them. If you don't rate all of them, fair. If you would like to sell Chukwuemeka because you think he can't stay fit, fair enough. I personally wouldn't give up on Chukwuemeka so early. I wouldn't give up on Nkunku so early. I wouldn't buy a left-footed attacking midfielder when we have Kendry Pires coming next summer, who we would all like to keep in the first team. So it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm just being completely honest. I'm not here to do the dopamine thing right now and say, oh yeah, new signing, I love him, I really wanted him. No. When he joins, if he joins, we support him, we back him, we love him, of course. But before it's all said and done, I just want to make it clear, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's not a unique profile that we haven't already got. We have goal-scoring midfielders. We have goal-scoring attacking midfielders. People will say he's got more assists than Enzo. He's got more assists than Caicedo. Well, no shit. He's an attacking midfielder. Those two are not attacking midfielders. You know? So if you're going to play in the pivot, are you going to get ahead of Caicedo? Are you going to get ahead of Enzo? Are you going to get ahead of Lavia? Are we forgetting that we bought Lavia for 60 million? Doesn't really make sense. If you're playing in attacking midfield, you're going to get ahead of Nkunku, ahead of Palmer, clearly ahead of Chukwuemeka. I don't get it, guys. I don't understand it. It's PSR. That's all it is PSR. It's balance. It's moving the books around and it's making sure that everything is all good for the 30th of June. And that's really it. But good player, though. Good player. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who goes the other way. My preference for a player to leave would be Cassidy. Personally, if you're going to push someone in that direction, Cassidy. I don't think it'll be Okuchukwu. I hope it's not Santos. And I really hope it's not Chukwuemeka. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments, how do you feel about this move, about this transfer? Do you want him? Does it make sense to you from a footballing standpoint, not from a book standpoint? And obviously Archie Gray, we were linked with, again, very top talent, very good talent. Looks like a good player, similar to Adam Walton at Blackburn when we were trying to go after him last January. However, if you trust Santos, Okuchukwu, Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo, if you've signed players via scouting, you then have to give them the time to show you why you scouted them. If you're going to bring in young players, you have to give them the time to showcase to you why you purchased them. If you're not going to give them time and you're only going to do stopgap periods of 12 to 18 months before you decide to scrap players, then you may as well bring in experienced players, because experienced players are expected to deliver immediately. Young players are not. Young players need to give time. If you're not going to give time to young players, don't sign young players. Unless you're just in it to make profit, of course. And it'll be difficult to make profit if you're, not actually giving them the opportunities as well and developing them. So, listen, we'll see what happens with this deal, but it is a little bit left field, and he is left-footed, and we do have a lot of those players. But, yeah, you guys let me know how you feel in the comments down below. I guess at least Maresca's getting someone potentially that he knows very well, and he's worked with. But like I said, you've got better here. So, Dewsbury-Hall hasn't had this season in the Prem as of yet. So, err on the side of caution if he can raise that level from the Championship at 25 and bring these statistics to the Prem, because that is easier said than done, but we'll see. So, yeah, smash up the likes, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. In a bit, people. Peace. Mod.